Fort Knox Castle, a name whispered in hushed tones, a place where legends and reality blur, a place where history and horror intertwine, where every stone and shadow tells a story of its own. Built in the 17th century, it has stood sentinel over the Scottish coastline for centuries, a silent guardian of secrets long forgotten. Its cold, gray stones have borne witness to countless battles, sieges, and bloodshed. The echoes of clashing swords and the cries of the fallen still seem to linger in the air. But it is not the clash of steel or the roar of cannons that truly haunts this ancient fortress. It is something far more sinister, something that cannot be seen but only felt. It is the unseen residents, the whispers from the past that send chills down the spines of those who dare to enter. Ghostly apparitions and inexplicable phenomena are common tales among visitors. Fort Knox Castle is more than just an old building. It is a living, breathing entity, a vessel filled to the brim with the residue of human suffering and unfulfilled destinies. It is a vessel filled to the brim with the residue of human suffering. The walls seem to whisper secrets, and the air is thick with the weight of untold stories. The air is thick with it, a palpable sense of dread that clings to every corner and crevice. You can feel it on your skin, taste it in your mouth. The very atmosphere seems to be alive, charged with an energy that defies explanation. It is the unseen residents of Fort Knox that draw the curious and the skeptical alike. Paranormal investigators, thrill-seekers, and historians all find themselves irresistibly pulled to this enigmatic place. They come seeking answers, seeking thrills, seeking a glimpse into the world beyond our own. Some leave with more questions than they arrived with, while others are forever changed by what they encounter within these haunted walls. Many souls have met their end within the castle walls. These walls have witnessed centuries of history, soaked in the blood and tears of those who once lived here, soldiers slain in battle, prisoners left to rot in the dungeons. Their anguish lingers. The cries of the tormented echo through the stone chambers, a haunting reminder of their suffering. It seeps into the very fabric of the castle. Visitors and staff alike have reported encounters with these spectral beings. Some have felt a cold hand on their shoulder, while others have seen shadowy figures flitting through the corridors, shadows that flit at the edge of vision, voices carried on the wind whispering of forgotten tragedies. The air grows thick with an unexplainable chill, and the feeling of being watched is ever present. There are stories of a phantom piper, his mournful tune echoing through the empty corridors. His music, once a source of joy and celebration, now serves as a chilling reminder of the impermanence of life. His music, once a source of joy and celebration, now serves as a chilling reminder of the impermanence of life. The notes hang in the air, a spectral symphony that sends shivers down the spine of anyone who hears it. The scent of lavender, out of place in the damp stone halls, is said to herald the appearance of a heartbroken woman in a white gown. She wanders the corridors, her sorrow palpable, searching for a lost love that will never return. Her presence is both a comfort and a curse, a reminder of the love and loss that permeates the very essence of Fort Knox. The dungeons of Fort Knox are a place of palpable darkness. The air is heavy, stagnant. The stench of fear and despair clings to the cold, damp walls. It is here in the bowels of the castle that the whispers are the loudest. Visitors claim to hear the clinking of chains, the anguished moans of long-dead prisoners. Some say the dungeons are haunted by the ghost of a former jailer, a cruel man who took pleasure in the suffering of his charges. His laughter, they say, can still be heard echoing through the darkness, a chilling reminder of the horrors that once transpired within those walls. One of the most enduring mysteries of Fort Knox is the case of the vanishing soldier. In the early 20th century, a young soldier was stationed at the fort. One night, he vanished without a trace. His disappearance sparked a massive search, but no trace of him was ever found. Some say he deserted, fleeing into the night. Others believe he met a more sinister end, his body disposed of within the castle walls. To this day, the vanishing soldier remains an enigma. his fate forever intertwined with the mysteries of Fort Knox. Section 5. The Lady in White, A Tragic Tale. The most frequently cited apparition is the Lady in White. Her story is a tragic one. She was the wife of a high-ranking officer, madly in love with her husband. He, however, was a man of war, more comfortable on the battlefield than in the embrace of his wife. One day news arrived that her husband had been killed in battle. Overwhelmed with grief, the young woman threw herself from the castle ramparts, her white gown billowing behind her like a shroud. Now she wanders the halls of Fort Knox, a spectral figure forever searching for her lost love. Section 6. The Ghostly Drummer Boy of Fort Knox. Another persistent presence is the ghostly drummer boy. A young boy no older than 12, he served as a drummer during the castle's more tumultuous years. He was said to be a cheerful lad, his drumming a source of morale for the soldiers, that is until the day he was caught in a crossfire during a siege. Now, his spectral drumming can be heard echoing through the empty courtyards, a haunting rhythm that speaks of a life cut tragically short. Some say he can be seen, a fleeting glimpse of a young boy in a tattered uniform, his drum silent, his eyes filled with a sorrow beyond his years. Section 7. Cold spots and unexplained phenomena. Beyond the sightings and the whispers, there are other occurrences at Fort Knox that defy explanation. These phenomena add to the eerie reputation of this historic site. Visitors and staff have reported sudden drops in temperature, particularly in areas where paranormal activity is said to be high. These cold spots are not just a slight chill, they are bone-chilling, often causing people to shiver uncontrollably. These cold spots are often accompanied by feelings of dread and unease, as if an unseen presence is drawing the warmth from the air. The sensation is so intense that it leaves a lasting impression on those who experience it. Objects move inexplicably, doors slam shut on their own, and disembodied footsteps echo through the empty corridors. These occurrences are not isolated incidents but happen frequently enough to be well documented. Batteries drain at an alarming rate, and electronic devices malfunction for no apparent reason. Cameras, phones, and other gadgets often fail just when they are needed the most, adding to the frustration and mystery. It is as if the very walls of Fort Knox are saturated with some unseen energy, a force that disrupts the natural order of things. This energy seems to have a mind of its own, creating an environment where the supernatural feels almost tangible. Section 8. A Night at the Fort Investigators' Experiences. Paranormal investigators have flocked to Fort Knox, eager to document the unexplained phenomena. Armed with EMF readers, EVP recorders, and infrared cameras, they venture into the darkness hoping to capture evidence of the spectral residents, and they are rarely disappointed. EVP recordings have captured disembodied voices whispering and moaning in the darkness. Cameras have captured fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures and orbs of light dancing in the air. EMF meters spike erratically as if reacting to unseen energy sources. Section 9. The Skeptic and the Believer. Despite the evidence, the skeptics remain unconvinced. They attribute the paranormal activity to overactive imaginations, tricks of the light, and the power of suggestion. They argue that there is a logical explanation for everything, even the unexplained, but the believers know better. They have seen the evidence with their own eyes, felt the chill of an unseen presence, and heard the whispers of the dead. They know that Fort Knox is more than just an old castle. It is a portal to another realm, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. Section 10. The Legend of the Cursed Treasure. Local legend holds that a vast treasure is hidden somewhere within the depths of Fort Knox, hidden by a dying king, cursed to protect it from those who would steal it. Many have searched for it, their greed overcoming their fear. None have succeeded. Some met with unfortunate accidents, others vanished without a trace. The treasure, it seems, is as elusive as the ghosts that are said to guard it. A cautionary tale, whispering of greed, obsession, and the price of disturbing the rest of the dead. Section 11, Fort Knox, where history meets the paranormal. Fort Knox Castle stands as a chilling reminder of Scotland's turbulent past, a place where history and the paranormal collide, where the living and the dead seem to coexist. It is a place that sparks the imagination, ignites debate, and continues to captivate all who dare to step within its shadow. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there is an undeniable aura of mystery and intrigue that surrounds Fort Knox. It is a place where the boundaries of our reality seem to blur, a place where the past refuses to stay buried.